Bam. I found some. Good morning, Sephora. Thank you for being up with me this morning. Girl, it's a cold, cold morning here in the Shy. It is frigid, honey. It's cold this morning. Cold. Had a little bit of frost on the car. That's when you know it's cold. When you get a little bit of frost on the car, you know it's cold. But the sun is out. I'm glad that the sun is out. Hopefully we won't have no craziness like we did before. I thought you was gonna go. I'm predicting. I'm praying for a smooth, wonderful, great, awesome, amazing day. Yep. The sun. See the sun? See how the sun is, woo, honey. Ain't no joke. It's beaming down. I'm a park in the sun because yesterday when I parked in the sun and I got in the car, my truck, it was warm, but today it's cold. It's frigid out here. They'll probably act like nothing. Of course, of course. Let me tell you. So we went back in when I something else had wind up happening. Oh, I told you guys. This lady came in, was cursing out the assistant manager. I mean, cussing her ass out, and she was begging her to close the door and all that so they could talk, so she could try to calm her down. And the woman wasn't having it. She wasn't trying to hear none of that stuff. And so the other girl that I said, and then she came and told us what it was about, right? After the woman had left, she came and told us what it was all about. And I said, you good. I said, you good, because ain't no way I would have walked right on up out of my office. There is no way that you're going to be cursing me out about something that had to do with maintenance, because it was about pest control. About, she was complaining about she had roaches and no one was taking care of the roaches, and she was fed up, about it. And I can understand you being fed up about it, because look, I don't deal with bugs. I told you guys, I don't do bugs, and I don't do rodents of any kind. I don't even know how some of these parents that let their kids, have gerbils and all, and hamsters and shit like that. Hell the fuck no. We don't do that. I used to tell my daughter all the time. I said black people don't have rodents in their house as pets. Because my daughter went, oh, mommy, can I have a hamster? Because my kids out here at these white schools, they with these white kids where they have hamsters and gerbils and shit in a cage as a pet. No, black folks don't keep rodents as pets. We set traps for them motherfuckers, and we throw them out with the trash. Okay? Good morning, Rob. We don't do that. And so I told them, hell to the no. So I understand, because I lived in a home before, a beautiful home, and this is when my children were younger. Beautiful home I lived in, way, way, way out south. Way south. I told you I'm from the south side, okay? From the south side of Chicago, and I'm from the south suburbs. So this was way south. University Park. University Park goes into the 200s. So it's a drive. But I loved the house. I thought the schools would be, pretty decent out there and everything. So we wind up moving out there. Well, nobody told me that during the summer months, spring months, fall months, that they get field mice. Never thing about a field mouse. Some of you guys might know about field mice. I don't know anything about field mice, hill mice, closet mice, house mice. A mice is a mice to me, okay? A rat is a motherfucking rat to me. That is one of the reasons why, being older, I could never ever live in New York City of the world. where you can go to the nicest, most beautifulest place in the world, you're gonna see a rat in New York. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And Chicago is like that too. Chicago, and you see them big sewer rats. You know, you see rats that's bigger than cats and dogs. Okay, cats and dogs is scared of the rats. That's how fucking big they be. So anyway, we moved into this house. Of course, the landlord is not gonna tell me. You guys, summertime came. I was here. I was hearing this, right? Hearing this all in the walls of downstairs, not upstairs, downstairs, because we had we didn't have a basement or anything. We had the garage that was hooked in where you go into the downstairs, and downstairs had the family room and it had a bedroom. Worse than you. Worse than you. And then you go upstairs, and upstairs you got your living room, kitchen, and there were 3 bedrooms, I think, that was upstairs, right? So we would hear this noise. You would only hear it at night, and I'm like, and my husband, because I was with my husband at the time, my husband being from the west side of Chicago, the hood of all hoods, he wasn't scared of no rats. Like, he was used to it. He was like, shit, we used to throw rocks and stuff at them mugs, and he said we used to kill them and stuff. Like, so he wasn't scared of them. So he didn't have a problem with setting traps for them and killing them. I couldn't sleep, you guys. And then, I had babies. I had 3 babies. So at the time, I had just had Angel. All right, I had just had Angel. So Angel was like a newborn baby. The twins were was toddlers, rolling around. So I got 3 babies in the house. You know what I'm saying? And that didn't sit well with me. And thank you to the one person that gave me the thumbs up. Can we get some more? So I was like, no, we gotta go. I can't sleep here. My kid's not sleeping here. I went to the hotel a couple of nights. My husband's like, okay, I'll take care of it. I'll set some traps and we'll put poison down. And he put poison down, and he put poison in the garage. And at that time we didn't have any pets. So he put poison in the girl. I was scared to go in the garage. I was scared to go in the garage because them mugs was in the garage. And again, for a couple of nights, I didn't hear them, right? Couple of nights you didn't hear them in the walls and stuff. Then after that, you heard them crawling and shit coming in the wall. I could not deal with it. I said, the second our lease is up, we moving the fuck out. I can't deal with this no more. So as I spoke to my neighbors, and I'm talking to the neighbors, and a lot of them had way nicer houses than I did. A lot of big, beautiful houses. Look, many mansions is out that way. Every single person said the same thing. Oh, girl, honey, them ain't nothing but field mice. I'm like, excuse me, honey, them ain't nothing but field mice. They come in, they take them, in the spring and the fall, mostly. Sometimes they come in and out in the summer, but they come in the spring and the fall. It was things that they did. They would set poison down. They would set traps. They knew that they had to fill in holes and blocked off. Well, we didn't know that. Nobody told us. So the reason we were getting so many is because, hey, Deanna, good morning, love. The reason we was getting so many was because they couldn't get in the neighbor's place because they knew what time it was that the neighbors were setting traps and boarding up stuff and filling in holes and putting down poison. So they came in our house. Hey, Tropical Love. Hey, boo. Oh, everybody coming in this morning. I'm just talking about what happened at work yesterday, about when the lady came in and she was complaining about roaches and stuff, and then we got on rats because I was talking about how one house that I moved in had mice. It had field mice and stuff. You guys, I was the fuck up. Do you hear me? I didn't even want to start packing. You know why? Because when you pack, they jump in shit. They get in shit. And I didn't want to start packing because I didn't want to be taking them motherfuckers with me. And so I was like, I kept telling my husband, he wasn't concerned. Him and my son, Benj, y'all know the one Benj, the one that gave me all the trouble and everything. Benj ain't scared of no mice. Benj ain't scared of no mice, no rats. So him and Benj would clear out the mice. They would take, when they would get caught in the traps and shit like that, they would take them and they would clean them out. You guys, my lease was up. I was the fuck up out. I had already found us a new place. Matter of fact, we moved there and we moved to Berwyn. We had moved from that house and we wind up moving to Berwyn. Berwyn was one of the homes we had the biggest house on the block, 7-bedroom house, 7-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. And I worked for a investor company. You know, the investors, they get together, they buy up properties, they flip them, they try to sell them real quick, and they couldn't sell this house because the house was so fucking big and nobody had families like that anymore. Hey, the hood table. Nobody had families like that anymore, so they couldn't sell the house. So I started working for one of the brokers and the lawyer, and so they were like, they were all together like, Gina, you got a big family, you have a huge family, why don't you stay in the house? Why don't you live in the house, you know, until we sell it, because we can't sell it. You can stay in the house as long as you want. And actually, a lot of my kids, they grew up in that house. The house was big enough for all of us. And so it was a great house. But so the current land at the other place did not know that we were moving, you know, and then I was like, look, we are moving the fuck out of here. We are gone. You guys, when we moved out, that man did not give me my security deposit. He gonna tell me bullshit about field mice. They come in so I said, that wasn't in the lease. Y'all know I'm a pro at this. I said, that wasn't in the lease. And you didn't tell me nothing about no goddamn field mice and nothing. Then he went and put in about, I didn't cut the grass. I cut the grass. I had paid to have the grass cut and I had a receipt for it and everything. So he couldn't charge me for that. He tried to charge me, I think twice, for non-cutting of the grass and all this stuff. Let me tell you something. I went to that motherfucker's house. Do you hear me? He had made a mistake and had wrote his address. He had his home address on the lease. When I tell you guys, I went to his motherfucking house. I told that motherfucker, and I waited. I went there. His son kept saying, my dad's not here. And I said, well, where your mama at? Where's mom? And mom peeking out the curtain. She peeking out the curtain, and they're pretending like they not there. Now, y'all, mind you, back this time, I had I had 8 kids in the house. My oldest son, he was out of the house, and my oldest daughter I had 6. My oldest daughter was coming back and forth. She would come back and forth to the house. But my oldest son was out of the house. He was living with his girlfriend at that time. But I said, okay, let them know I'll be back. I said, tell your father I gotta pay. Tell your father that I want my security back. I want my money. I'm not waiting. I want my money now, and I will be back. I guess they thought I was playing. Honey, I came back that same day. I came back to work. Did you get off work at 6 o'clock? I think I was there about 6:45. And I sat there and waited, and I kept coming back. And the wife kept looking, and I would sit on their property for hours because I was not fucking playing about my money. And I guess they was telling him, Dad, don't come home because she's back here. You guys, when I got through with that motherfucker, I guess the wife said, give that bitch her money so she can stop coming to our house. Oh, and I guess she said that bitch her money. So he said, please don't come back to my house. I'll meet you. He met me at Sports Authority, you guys. He met me at Sports Authority, but he knew I was one not to be played with. I'm not gonna play with you and these landlords. I don't play with, I'm coming to get my money. I'm not gonna play with you about look, Safari, I wasn't even trying to be gangster. What it was still had 6 or 7 fucking kids that were still in the home, and we were trying to move to a new place, and we didn't have that kind of money. You know, it was me and my husband. Only one of us was working at that time, which was me. I think he was starting to work at that time. He was starting to do security, but he was going through his training and all of that stuff at the time. So we taking care of all these babies and everything. We didn't have that kind of money. And so I wasn't going to play with him. You're not going to keep telling me that you're going to give me my money, and I'm waiting, and I'm, you know, I'm coming there every day. I didn't clean your house. I made sure look, it was rentable. Okay? All he had to do was put a coat of fresh paint. That's it. He didn't have to do anything else to it. The carpet was still immaculate. You know, the walls were really, really good, but you got to put up the touch-ups. You know, you got to touch it up and stuff, and it's just mandatory that you put a fresh coat of paint to make the apartment smell nice. And I'm in real estate. I know how this shit go. And so it wasn't much that he had to do. And so I want my goddamn money. And I had pictures, and I had video, and look, all my I's was dotted and all my T's was crossed. I wasn't playing with him. In fact, that motherfucker called me. He said, meet me. I never forget it. I remember it like it was yesterday. He said, meet me at Sports Authority in Calumet. He said, you know where that is? I said, I know where that is. And I met him there. And I wound up having to meet him there twice because he had put on for mowing. He was billing me because he was trying to take away money. And he couldn't find anything. So he called himself trying to bill me. He's talking about, yeah, the city said, you didn't cut the grass. Or so I said, what do you mean? I said, I've always cut the grass. I got a bill that the grass was cut and that they came out. And and I have pictures. So I said, matter of fact, that was after I moved out. You need to look at the dates. So he was like, okay, well, bring me the paperwork and woo, and then, we'll take it off. I emailed him the paperwork, and I had it with me. I had hard copies of it with me. And I said, okay, you want me to meet you back at Sports Authority or your house? Because I was reminding that motherfucker that I was coming back to and I think it was like a total of maybe like $187 or something like that. It wasn't like a whole lot of money. But I wanted every last dime, dollar, quarter, nickel that was owed to me, and I wasn't gonna play about it. And this is one of the reasons why it goes back into I don't tell other legal consultants and shit how to do their fucking job, but I see the fuck ups that they do. And I will say something if it's really bad, I will say something like afterwards, I'll say, you might have not wanted to say, X, Y, and Z. Or you might have not wanted to do, I'm just saying this is how, we always did it, and just to cover yourself or be safe. So I would mention something to him if I saw something that was really, really, fucked up. And but I would always tell my move-ins, take pictures. We give them a move-in sheet. When you move in, so you give them a move-in sheet. They write down everything that they see that's wrong, if it's scratches or dents or different things like that. They write that stuff down on that move-in sheet. But I also tell them take pictures and video. I said, even though we got this move-in sheet and it's documented, take pictures and video. Plus, that helps them know how the condition of the unit when they move in, and they can put it back in that same condition when they move out. And they always say, what is it that you want me to do? When we had 2 move outs yesterday. They came and dropped off keys. And the first thing that the lady said was, there's anything else I need to do, what do I need to do to the apartment? I said, well, maintenance is going to come and do a walkout. You could be there or you don't have to be there. But just put it in the same manner it was when you moved in. I said, did you put pictures on the wall? She said, nope, no pictures. I said, so there's no holes on the wall from any hangings? And she said, nope. She said, I never hung anything up. I said, oh, okay, I said, then you good. I said, the normal wear and tear, chip paint, crack paint, scratches, all that shit, that's normal wear and tear. She was like, well, what's wear and tear? And I said, what's not wear? The question is, what's not wear and tear? What's not wear and tear is when you broke the handle off the cabinet and you didn't put it back on and you didn't say anything. That's not normal wear and tear. Okay, that's you or one of your badass kids that fucked up our cabinets and you're responsible for putting it back on. The only security deposit I can ask for the landlord is for the house key. Can ask for as a landlord. Yeah. Is that because, and people get, Sephora, I'm glad you mentioned that, people get, a lot of these tenants and stuff, they get security deposit mixed up in what it's used for. I get that question asked all the time. And even other landlords because I work for private landlords too, and I love it. I love my private landlords. They would say, oh, just that last month I'm going to be moving out. Just use the security deposit. You're going to pay rent. Security deposit is not for rent. We do not hold security deposits for rent. Security deposit is for if you fuck up the crib, they can fix it. So that handle on that cabinet that I told you about, if you leave and you don't fix that, the landlord can take the money out of the security deposit and go and get a new handle. But they must give you a statement for that. They just can't say, well, you broke the cabinet handle and, you broke a drawer and I'm going to charge you for this, and you left garbage. No, they must give you an itemized bill of everything that they used your security deposit for. They can't just tell you that. Stop letting these landlords get away with shit, and landlords stop letting these tenants get away with shit. That's why I'm good at what I do. And I let the tenants know going in. Take pictures, take video, and I take a set. And the reason why I take a set, because when you're the middleman, when you're the management tool, I've had where tenants will say, well, Gina told me the landlord was going to fix such and such, and Gina told me that the landlord and they just never came and fixed it. So why am I being charged right now? I'd be like, no, bitch, that was fixed before you got in there. I got pictures and I got video. So when I work for private landlords, I personally go in and I take my own set of pictures and my own set of videos before I move any of my prospects in. I told y'all I'm good at this job. I'm good at what I do. I don't play. That's why my landlords, that's why they love me. That's why so many of them be begging me to come back. Gina! I said, Gina, would you come back, please? I need you. They be like, would you come back, please? Because these people is not doing their fucking job. Honey, they be, look, they be on me. They be on you, girl. But you got to take the good with the bad. That's just how it is. Exactly. One heifer put nails in my kitchen cabinets, and when I complained to them, they lied and said it was like that. Yeah, that's why you got to make sure before wear and tear is such a gray line. Yep, it is, and that's one of the reasons why you have to make sure you have your pictures and your video of how your place is, every nook and cranny, and landlords really have it hard because you got these people that and where we at now and how we're doing things now, you got these folks that's up in here and they can stay in your shit forever and not pay you any bills, and then they fucking it up and they doing everything up under the sun. So Yeah, I could talk to y'all about real estate and stuff like this all day long because this is what I do, and I love it. Well, anyway, I'm super duper late. I got to get in here. I should see you guys probably at lunchtime, okay? Let me get my mask. I love you guys. Peace. God bless. Have a great morning. And ta-ta for that. You love this topic, Sephora? Well, we're going to talk about it some more because I'm pretty sure I'll have some more news by then. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.